Hello everyone, it's Ian here. In January 2025, I flew from Vancouver to Thailand and used Bangkok as a hub from which I'd visit 3 other locations in Southeast Asia, the first of which is Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. After returning to Bangkok, I then flew up to Chiang Mai in the north of Thailand for 5 days. And after retuning to my hub city of Bangkok, I'd fly to Singapore. Finally, I'd return, once more, to Bangkok for the final 6 days of my trip. Although this was not my first visit to Vietnam, it was my first to southern Vietnam. This video focuses only on Ho Chi Minh City, a short flight of just 19 minutes from Bangkok. Future videos may document my other visits to Chiang Mai in northern Thailand and Singapore, as well as Bangkok. But, for now, here is the Ho Chi Minh City report. Oh, and by the way, I'm using an AI-generated voice throughout this video. AI-generated voices are available from a newer piece of video editing software, which I'm evaluating at the moment. So, here we go. Our story begins as our plane lands in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It's a short cab ride of about 30 minutes from the airport to the Sofitel Saigon Plaza in District 1. The hotel offers beautiful views of the city, both at night and during the day, from its higher floors. For tourists new to this city, it is perhaps better to stay somewhere in District 1, because many of the main attractions are within easy reach. The city has recently started development of a metro network, with the opening of Line 1 in January of 2025, so as the network expands, more convenient accommodation choices could become available. Pretty much most of the clips and pictures here will take us to places in District 1, all of which are easily reached on foot from our hotel within no more than around 30 minutes. So, let's go. Welcome to Nguyen Van Binh, colloquially known as Book Street, a charming collection of bookstores, cafes, and gift shops in a single block, located across the street from the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon. Let's look at some more street scenes from Book Street. Right next to Book Street, we find the Saigon Central Post Office. Built in 1891 when Vietnam was part of French Indochina, and now a city monument, it still serves as a post office, but has become a major tourist attraction due to its fine architecture, having Gothic, Renaissance, and French influences. Let's go inside. The plaza, which fronts the post office on Cong Gia Paris, is an eclectic mix of souvenir vendors and, presumably, local Vietnamese, dressed in traditional costume, engaged in photo shoots. Some of the artwork on sale by the local vendors is mostly very creative. Try negotiating with them on price, but don't be too hard on them. The prices are really very low when converted to Canadian currency. Just across the street from the post office is Paris Commune Square and Notre Dame Cathedral. Unfortunately, the cathedral is under renovation, so we now take about a 5 to 10 minute walk, passing the Canada Consulate, to the Saigon Opera House. Situated at the junction of Dong Quai Street and Lam Son Square, the Opera House, completed in 1900, is another fine example of this city's 19th century French colonial architecture. It was originally designed by its French architects as the Opera de Saigon, but the 500-seat building served a variety of purposes over the years, including various forms of legislature, the People's Congress of Deputies of the Republic of South Vietnam, and, once again, a theater. The building's facade underwent restoration in 1998. One of the most significant recent achievements in this city of 10 million inhabitants is the construction of its first ever metro line, taking 12 years to construct, although planning for the city's metro network began as early as 2001. Ho Chi Minh City is said to be one of Asia's last major urban centers not to have a metro. The new line currently stretches 20 kilometers from Ben Thanh in District 1 to Suoi Tien Terminal in suburban District 9. The 20 kilometers project cost $1.7 billion, more than double its initially projected cost, the majority of which was funded by Japanese loans. The project was initially approved in 2007 and faced major obstacles over the years, until it finally opened in late December of 2024. Fares on the new line are considerably less expensive than that on other Southeast Asian metros, such as Bangkok, Singapore, and Hong Kong. At present, the city is planning an additional 6 lines, as well as a tramway, 2 monorails, and an airport light rail line, but funding is reported to be challenging. Come join me for a ride. Probably the greatest highlight of my stay in Saigon was spending time at Independence Palace. A visit to this important historical building is not to be missed. Today, Independence Palace is a museum and a popular tourist attraction. Visitors can explore its well-preserved rooms, underground bunkers, and conference halls, which provide insights into Vietnam's history. The palace also serves as a venue for official government events and meetings. The original structure, Notre-Dame Palace, was completed in 1873 by the French colonial government to serve as the residence of the Governor-General of French Indochina. In 1954, following the Geneva Accords and the division of Vietnam, the palace became the residence and workplace of the President of South Vietnam. The palace was severely damaged in 1962 when rebel pilots of the South Vietnamese Air Force bombed it in an assassination attempt on the president. A new palace was completed in 1966 on the same site, serving as the home and command center for South Vietnamese presidents. On April 30, 1975, the palace became a symbol of the end of the Vietnam War when North Vietnamese tanks crashed through its gates, marking the fall of Saigon and the reunification of Vietnam. As is the case with many other attractions in District 1, the palace is just a 15 to 20-minute stroll from the hotel, along Lid 1, and past the consulates of Germany, United Kingdom, and the U.S. Now let's have a closer look in and around the palace. Staying in District 1, we now visit Ho Chi Minh City Hall, officially called Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee Building. This is one of the most iconic landmarks in the city. Completed in 1908 during the French colonial period, it was originally named the Hôtel de Ville de Saigon, City Hall of Saigon. The design was inspired by the Hôtel de Ville in Paris, and as expected, it is built French colonial style with elegant facades, ornate details, and a prominent clock tower. After the reunification of Vietnam in 1975, the building became the headquarters of the city's People's Committee, local government. It continues to serve as the administrative office for the People's Committee and is not open to the public. But its beautiful exterior remains a major tourist attraction. In front of the building stands a statue of Ho Chi Minh, which is a popular spot for photos. The surrounding area, including Nguyen Hue Walking Street, is a vibrant place for locals and tourists to gather. And from City Hall, you can stroll the length of the street all the way to the Saigon River at Bac Dan Key Park. Once at the riverside, you can enjoy some spectacular views along the riverfront, as well as back towards the city. So, as my 4-day stay in Ho Chi Minh City draws to a close, I'll finish with a variety of scenes from inside District 1. There remains lots more to see and do, and my hope is to return someday, explore more of this city and the outlying areas. Thank you so much for watching.